Welcome, our fellow Pinkos and comrades, to Malt Liquor Socialists. I'm your host, Mr. Kiefer. In this episode, I am joined by an accessory after the fact, Mr. Morgan.
Did you know that they have discovered a comet which could be one of the brightest in recorded memory?
Okay.
Now, I only mention this because I don't think it is, because it never is, because whenever they get excited about this, it always blows up as soon as it nears the sun. I mean, I don't know, maybe that says something about me and not having faith in anything, but there's a possibility that we could have another Hale-Bopp on our hands, and wouldn't that be amazing? And if that does actually happen, you and I are going out into the woods and taking photos.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Also, were there death cults with Hale-Bopp?
Hell yeah, there was.
Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah. Heaven's Gate, bro.
Oh, goddamn.
Heaven's Gate. There's a UFO following that comet, and we need to die so that we can get onto that UFO and be at peace with one another.
Yeah, for some reason, I asked that in sarcasm and didn't actually think that there would have been.
Oh, no, they're fucking, hell yeah. Oh.
Okay, all right. Well.
Warms the heart.
Good Lord. Only if it's self-immolation.
No, unfortunately, it wasn't.
No, oh well. So, in this week's episode, we do have some more to go over from our local state representative, Dwayne Diaper Stain Yunker.
Oh, fuck.
I know. Now, we don't have as much to cover with him this time.
Okay.
In theory. In theory.
Okay.
And I may have spent a little more time actually checking out what we are going through with him. So I bring this up because I may be a little bit better prepped than I was.
Okay, first of all, don't mean to get on your case or anything.
No, get on my case.
Look, I know this is hard. I know that I just show up. I don't do any of the work. So, okay.
We'll discuss that later.
Yeah, I get it. It's fine. You know, you're allowed to screw up. But, my God, I was so confused during those two episodes.
I mean, I was too, and I apologize for our listener. That was Mickey Mouse hour.
Oof, God.
So, but yeah, so hopefully this is going to be better, more organized, and less confusing than the prior episodes where we covered this stuff, and not just screwing up what he's talking about, the snippets of the video. That said, I make no promises.
Of course.
Okay. So, without further ado, we're going to get into this shit.
Okay.
So, these are from various clips. Now, grand total, I think the video we're going to be going over with him snippeted is like about 18, 19 minutes long.
All right.
Total.
Okay.
The first ones we're going to be going over comes from the House Chamber when it convened on March 2nd, 2026. Eventually.
Representative Yunker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. To the bill.
To the bill.
To the bill. To the bill. By the way, I did look that up.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, that was weirding me out. Uh-huh. So basically, that's not just him. It's when representatives go up to talk about the bill, they will say to the bill. To clarify, what they're about to talk about is specifically to the bill.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a customary thing, which I also think is silly. Largely because due to no small part the fact that in a prior video we watched him on, he went off the fucking rails.
Oh yeah.
And somebody called him out on it. And then when they if you could explain why, it's like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah.
So again, the to the bill thing, it's to an extent it makes sense, but it's like he proved during our last video, it's like it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, okay.
I rise in strong opposition to Senate Bill 1599.
Boy, you oppose everything.
Oh, by the way, 1599.
Oh, yes.
Senate Bill 1599 seems to be about maybe moving when a general election in Oregon would occur. Okay. So basically, the state gets to choose when the state has its elections, federal and whatnot.
Okay.
And if I'm remembering correctly, they're talking about maybe holding general elections a little earlier this year, like maybe in May or whatever, after April, instead of November.
Okay.
And the argument against this bill effectively comes down to a lot of, well, we're not going to have as many voters during that time because it's like people are going to be confused. It's like, well, first, if you advertise enough, you're going to have plenty of voters.
Yeah.
And second, it seems this is not a contradictory thing with diaper stain here. But it is an interesting contradictory message with what was it when we had the recall petition? If we're looking just the local, where you had these people who were, saying, well, if it happens in December, then you're not going to have people who are going to be voting. You're going to have a low voter turnout because all these people are on vacation. And in November, you know what people are on because of the Thanksgiving fucking months?
Yeah.
Vacation. And yet people still manage to vote in these general elections.
Yeah.
And now they're arguing that if we move it from November to May, we're going to have a low voter turnout.
Wow.
Let's be clear from the start, this bill is not administrative. It's not technical. It's political.
All bills are political.
Senate Bill 1599 moves the statewide vote already scheduled for November to the general election and forces it into a low turnout May primary election. Nothing about roads changes. Nothing about funding changes. Nothing about policy improves. Only the election changes.
Again, it's not a bill to change those things. And again, all of those things are technically political because as a political body, you make choices to enact that fucking policy.
Yeah.
And Oregonians deserve honesty about why. The people already spoke. More than 250,000 Oregonians signed a petition demanding referendum on transportation tax and fee passages in 2025.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Well, I think he tries to
They exercise a right guaranteed under the Article 4, Section 1 of the Oregon Constitution. Reserves legislative power to the people themselves, not to the governor,
goddamn plosives.
not to legislative leadership, not to whichever party holds the majority.
Stop
And
it.
those signatures were certified. The votes were set for November 2026. The elections were the greatest number of Oregonians participating. That was the expectation. That was the understanding. That was the promise made to voters when they engaged in the constitutional process. Senate Bill 1599 changes the rules after the people already followed them. Why move the election? If this transportation package is truly a good policy, then why rush vote into a smaller election?
Would it be, though?
Why move it to from November, when turnout is the highest, to May, when far fewer Oregonians participate?
Okay, so
What?
here's what's weirding me out.
Okay.
Yeah, participation in November for voting is higher. Do you know why? Because we fucking vote in November. This isn't a matter of... Dude, did you know... When's the NFL happen?
September through February.
Dude, did you know that the highest watching of the NFL is September through February? Isn't that fucking weird?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh. It has the most votes because... the most voter turnout in November because it's in fucking November.
Yeah. Also, we have mail-in ballots here, which always just kind of drives me up the wall when they say, like, oh, it's going to be so much harder to vote. It's like, bro, ballots arrive at the house.
Yeah, you get it in the mail.
I'm sorry, but, it's kind of up to the people to put their ballots back in the mail.
Yeah.
Or
drop it off at a drop-off
Or
box.
drop it off at it's not that hard.
No, it's not. And it's not like you get it in the mail and then, hey, it's now in your mailbox. You have 24 hours to fill that out and get it mailed back, post-dated, or to drop it off in a goddamn... No, you have fucking weeks.
Yeah, weeks.
So, yeah, as in plural.
Yeah.
So this isn't a matter of, oh my God, we're now moving it and you only have one day to vote on this day that nobody's determined yet in May. It's a goddamn spread.
Right. And and that kind of drives me up the wall too about, how low voter turnout is even around here, where it's just like, I see, only 24%, return their ballots, or, it was 26 this year. And I sit here and I'm just like, why? It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. I don't understand why it can't be at least 50.
No, there's no reason why it can't be much higher other than people just decide, I don't want to vote.
I don't want to do it.
And here's, if you don't want to vote, I think you're an idiot. I'll be very blunt, because you might not care about what the government does, but the government cares about you.
They sure do.
And the government, it's like, if you don't vote and something you don't want gets enacted, that's, it's like boo fucking who. If you didn't vote, don't complain.
Don't complain.
So, but yeah, he's bitching and pissing and moaning. He doesn't want to have a change made.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The answer is obvious, because fewer voters produce more predictable outcomes. That is not election administration. That is election manipulation.
Not really.
But only 26
One party's afraid of
participate.
Yeah, 26%.
The budget excuses. Let's talk about the truth. We are told this must happen now because the state needs certainty to balance the 2027 budget.
Are you okay, sir?
Yeah, he had trouble with some words.
Okay.
But Oregonians have heard that story before. In 2025, the governor and the majority party warned that the transportation package did not pass immediately. State workers would be face layoffs. We were told it was urgent. We were told it was catastrophic, was coming. We were told jobs depended on it. The package passed by one-party rule. The governor stalled to sign the bill, but Oregonians showed up and gathered 250,000 signatures to stop the bill. Guess what? No layoffs happened. That was a lie. Look at the bill that balances the budget this session. Nothing about ODOT. Nothing at all. Because we already know it's not about the ODOT bill anymore.
I think they might have not had to lay people off because they had to take some money from other places to pay for ODOT.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of nothing happened. It's a matter of we had to shift money away from other things we need. And now we need to fund those other things we took money away from. Otherwise, we're going to lose that shit too.
Yep.
So we are asking to believe the people's vote itself must move faster to fix a crisis that the government promised was already solved. Oregonians are tired of governing by fear, deadlines manufactured by political convenience.
God.
Yeah, I don't think by the way, I could be mistaken.
Sure.
I don't think that the Oregon government, particularly the governor's office, has said that, the issue's been resolved. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think I am.
Nah.
You cannot claim emergency authority, fail to deliver results, and then demand voters surrender their constitutional timeline to clean up the aftermath.
Wow, it kind of sounds like a buddy of yours in the national level does that, though.
This is political damage control. Votes have consequences, and so does not listening to the voters. The majority passed one of the largest transport tax increases in the state history.
Yeah.
Oregonians responded exactly how democracy is supposed to work.
Yeah.
They organized. They gathered signatures. They invoked their constitutional authority. And now this legislature is attempting to change the election itself because voters will reject the policy.
I don't necessarily think they will reject the policy. Even if this was going to happen in November, I don't think they'd reject the policy. I think that this is a case where you have enough blue-collar dumbasses out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere who managed to sign the petitions to get enough signatures on it that they could actually take it to the ballot, which I will grant them one thing.
Yeah.
I think this should have gone to the ballot anyways initially. But I don't think anything really is going to change. I don't think that moving the election, the general or primary election here from November to May is going to change jack diddly shit.
No.
Government is supposed to answer to the voters, not schedule elections to avoid them. Votes have consequences, including ours. Constitution principles are at stake. The United States Constitution begins with three powerful words: we, the people.
Thank you for that education.
Government derives liberty from consent, not convenience. The Oregon Constitution goes even further by explicitly reserving the referendum power so citizens can check legislative outreach. Senate Bill 1599 weakens that safeguard, not by canceling the votes, but by nippling when the voters occurs.
Nippling?
And timing matters, because participation
Yeah,
matters.
he's over time.
Representative,
Okay. Get off the stage.
time has expired. Representative McIntyre yields her time.
Can I continue?
You may continue.
And participation
Oh,
in the foundation.
boo, McIntyre or whoever you were.
Today is the tax referendum.
He gets another 5 minutes?
She yielded all of her time.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
That president should concern every member of this chamber. This is about trust. Oregonians already feel disconnect from Salem. They see rising costs, rising taxes,
God.
and government growing while results fall short. And now they see politicians changing election timing after voters followed every rule required of them.
Not followed.
That does not build trust. It destroys it. The real issue, let's say plainly what the bill represents. This is not about budgeting. It's about control.
Budgeting.
Control of turnout. Control of timing. Control of outcome. Because the November election means the full voice of Oregon shows up. Independents, working families, rural communities, and voters who only participate in general elections. And fairness works best when more people vote, not fewer. If this policy is truly right for Oregon, it should stand before the electorate.
So I wonder where he stands on the SAVE Act and things that, you know, prevent people who are legal voters who, you know, require certain IDs.
I'm not going to say guarantees, but I guarantee that
probably supports it.
He supports it.
Yeah, so go figure. Shit that limits certain voters from participating, he's for. But things that he claims is going to prevent certain voters from voting, he's against.
Yeah.
Seems a little wishy-washy.
A little bit, but that's their party.
True.
Yeah.
Madam Speaker, this bill sends a simple message to Oregonians. When voters disagree with Salem, Salem changes the election.
Does it?
That should alarm every citizen in the state. Because
God.
the moment...
I can use his own party's arguments against him right now.
Yeah, isn't it wonderful?
God.
Politicians start scheduling elections for political advantages instead of fairness, fair elections become conditional.
Conditional.
And freedom is never conditional. I urge a no vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Is there further discussion?
Okay, so I don't know if he has a speechwriter.
Okay.
If he doesn't, he needs one.
He needs one.
He desperately needs one. And if he does, if I was his speechwriter, I would be going through the fucking roof because he is butchering shit.
Yeah.
And they go up there. He obviously has shit that he's written down.
Yeah.
And he's reading off of it. And if you're going to do that, I have said this before, and I will say it again. Fucking rehearse it.
Yes, that goes for everybody that we've listened to.
Yeah, no, practice it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, you are a professional orator at this point.
Yeah.
You need to fucking rehearse it. And like when they do follow-ups, and it's like, okay, I don't have anything planned. Fine, wing it. That's fine.
That's fine.
Just, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you have something written, fucking practice it, because he is butchering words in a way that I would expect a 9th grader to be able to get this taken care of on their first speech class. So let's see what the results are of that.
Okay.
Senate Bill 1599A,
Oh.
having received the constitutional majority, is declared passed.
Passed.
Dunk.
Wait a minute. Why was Yunker's name White?
I don't think it was. Hold on.
I
let me
think it
back
was.
up. Back up. Oh.
Absent?
Absent.
What?
Apparently he left after this. You're right. I saw the red right above his name and assumed, I guess he left. He was so passionate about this bill
That he could not stay to vote for it.
I know. Crazy.
Wow.
Dunk again. Okay. So, now this is the only time that Yunker was present during the convening of the House of Chamber for March 2nd, the day that we saw.
Okay.
And I actually, when I was initially going through this, I did catch that. I put it in my script.
Oh.
So yeah, it's weird. This vote, by the way, I want to point out, not only did it, when it comes to the vote, he did not vote. This vote occurred hours after a couple of breaks.
Okay.
And then he was absent.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
Where the
was.
fuck?
he was, again, so passionate about that.
He was so passionate that someone else yielded their time for him to speak.
But he couldn't vote.
And then he just fucking fucked off.
Now, for all I know, maybe he had a family emergency. I don't have the foggiest fucking clue.
Sure. Whatever.
I'm going to assume probably didn't, because the next day, the House Chamber convened for March 3rd, 2026. And Dwayne speaks about HB 4014.
Oh, weird.
HB 4014 proposes creating a task force to examine and simplify the state's tax treatment of international income, specifically regarding corporate profit sharing and federal tax policy changes.
Okay.
Representative Yunker.
I rise in opposition.
To
To the bill, Mr. Speaker.
To the bill.
the bill.
I had a prepared speech, but then, I just cringe
Yeah.
because I belong to the Committee on Economic Development,
Probably should have stuck
Small
with that
Business
speech.
and Trade. And you want to talk about a study? To study what? Study how to kill businesses more? That's what I feel this bill is. I don't know how many more businesses can leave Josephine County. You took Dutch Bros.
No, fuck you!
No.
Fuck you! Dutch Brothers fucking took themselves out of here because of that greedy fuck wanted to make more fucking money!
Yeah, no, this was not, Dutch Brothers did not get taxed out of existence here.
No!
Dutch Brothers wasn't pressured to leave here.
They, like you said, the episode, a couple episodes, God, I'm so fucking, I'm so angry right now.
This has served its purpose then.
As you stated when we talked about that, they fucking became billionaires here.
Yeah.
Not just in Oregon, they became billionaires in Josephine fucking County.
Yep.
Where their headquarters was. That's where they became billionaires. They were taxed just as much here. They were taxed just as much in the state. They became billionaires here.
And they would have continued being billionaires.
And they
here.
would have continued to become billionaires here.
Yep.
They decided we can make even fucking more fucking money if we go to fucking Arizona. Fuck them. Fuck you, Yunker, for even fucking stating that.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, no, again, this is insane bullshit. And don't worry. He'll do more.
Fuck.
What else do you want? You took the logging.
No, not really. Again, the logging, a lot of that had to do with the logging industry agreeing to certain strategies for, hey, we're not going to clear cut, we're going to replant.
They agreed that they wouldn't cut and that the federal government would give us stipends or some form of money. That, oh, by the way, his goddamn party decided we didn't need anymore.
Yep.
All the middle fingers to you, Yunker.
What more do you want from my county? We have the highest unemployment rate. What do you need a study there for? I can tell you what the study is. You're strangling rural Oregon. You're strangling businesses.
Oh, greedy fucks are.
You're telling businesses
Greedy fucks like you.
come to Oregon. That's what we're telling them. We don't need a study. We doubled the income revenue in less than 10 years here.
So wait.
What? Oh my fucking God.
No, for all I know,
Okay, go.
he's not talking about here as in Josephine County. He's talking about here like the state.
Okay,
which
sure. Great.
Which he might be going as at the cost of Josephine County.
Okay.
I'm not saying he is.
Okay.
He might be.
All right.
But you are correct though. The whole thing of like, no, Josephine County has been suffering and all this stuff, have the highest unemployment rate, but hey, wages are up.
What? Fuck. Oh.
What study do you need to do? You have plenty of money. It's a spending problem.
So here's the thing. I don't think it's a spending problem.
Holy fucking shit.
And,
Go ahead.
And this is one of the other things that's just kind of like weird. He's wanting to not fund a study that would help. So he's basically trying to say we don't need to say because we know what the problem is. And the thing is, we don't really know what the problem is. And it's very possible we might fund this study and this study might go completely his way. Who knows? Maybe
Who knows? Yeah.
But it's also very likely this study will go, okay, we did this study, and it turns out these are the actual causes for these issues. And all of it's going to be stuff where it's like, yeah, no, this shit Yunker's been pushing is a bunch of bullshit. This is the cause of the problem, and he is placating it.
See, we are two educated men.
Roughly, yeah.
You've got the pieces of paper that say you are, and I just fill my head with information.
Yes.
Anyway, if someone were to come to me, and let's say I run a business or anything really, let's say someone comes to me and says, hey, we want to perform a study to see if we can find anything here, if we can help you out, or, if there's something that you could find useful. I would say, even if I know every aspect of what I'm doing, I would still say, well, hey, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe having someone else look at something would remove my own bias. Yeah. Bias that I might not even know I have.
And you might be able to make better sound decisions.
And I might make better sound decisions using that.
Yeah.
Yunker is like, no, we don't need that. I know what's going on. I know everything that's going on in my county. I know everything.
Yeah.
Well, clearly you don't.
No.
So let's have the fucking study. And hey, and like you said, maybe it goes your way. Maybe we do the study and it's like, okay, Mr. Yunker, yeah, you were right. Okay, fine. But maybe they also find something useful there that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
But you were outright saying, nope, don't need it.
Well, because he knows everything. And he doesn't want that challenged, because if it's challenged, then he doesn't know everything.
Yeah.
Stop spending money. I could think of a million different things we should cut, but we don't want to cut anything.
I can think of a million different things that he thinks we should cut that we shouldn't cut.
That we shouldn't.
Because he doesn't value what it's actually providing, because he himself does not use that service.
Yep.
We have a lot of programs that are doing nothing because their ideology. Oh. My people want jobs. They want to support themselves. That's what they want. They don't need a study. They know how much groceries cost. They know how much electricity costs because of regulations.
So, fun thing about that.
Go ahead.
A few weeks ago, had some people knock on the door.
Yeah.
They were solicitors of a sort.
Okay.
They were soliciting solar power.
Oh.
And so the thing is, our solar panels are on the back of the house, so they couldn't see it.
Okay.
But it was really fun because they just like, yeah, no, electricity's up and blah. It's like, no, dude, we've already got solar. We love it. Seriously, our power bills have not been climbing because of it. I'm right there with you. Maybe Yunker could, I don't know, support for the cutting of electrical bills. Solar?
Yeah, or not kill the wind farm that was supposed to be 15 miles offshore.
Yeah, stuff that would provide electricity and would keep costs for these things. What's the word? Lower.
We don't need the wind farm because then you're gonna the scenic beauty of it all. Do you guys realize that the Earth is curved? That beyond 12 miles, you can't actually see beyond the horizon.
Not really.
Do you guys know that?
Well, you know what the other fun thing too about that is? Honestly, I don't think those windmill things are really much of an eyesore. I think it's kind of a cool thing to see. It's like you see it and it's like, look, if I see that and then I see a coal burning power plant, which one's more of an eyesore?
Yeah, I would say the coal, obviously, but maybe it's the wind farm. Who knows?
Yeah, don't know. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, I guess.
Wind causes cancer.
No, windmills cause cancer, not winds. Get it right.
Yeah, sorry.
They know their housing is going up, and then you want to pass bills for transportation. You want to pass a decoupling of 5107. We want to study taxes. This is just...
Oh my God!
I can't even just think about how much more can we kill a business.
I mean, I believe the part where he says, I can't even think, because I honestly think that he is not capable of stringing two thoughts together on his own without serious impediment to his processing abilities. And all of this time that he's been like humming and hawing about this and not going on off of his speech that he prepared, which he should have done. He's had this look about him where it's like he's kind of hunkered down with his shoulders up, like the kid who's trying to give a book report on a book he didn't read. So he's not coming off as this sincere guy. He's coming off as this guy who's like, I'm going to bullshit my way through this. Because I didn't do the work for this, and God damn, I'm going to look like a tool if I try to pretend I did.
Yeah, but I also already know everything, so, you know, I don't need to prepare anything for this.
Well, why would he? He knows everything.
Right.
Because I know where this is heading.
Do you?
The studying taxes. In fact, we should cut taxes to people because they're hurting so bad.
There's a segue.
And it's not a spending problem. Look at education. We're 20th for spending for education. It's not our education spending.
Okay, so wait. If we're 20th for spending on education, we're obviously not spending there.
Yeah.
But it's a spending problem.
Right.
Why is he bringing up a spending thing that's not a spending problem to emphasize that it's a spending problem?
Maybe we should do more solar so it costs more.
Literally doesn't. Like,
What? Wait.
Maybe we should do more solar so power will cost more. And again,
Holy shit.
it doesn't. We have solar.
Yeah.
We get to bank we produce so much during the summer that we get to bank with the power company.
Yeah.
And what we pay ends up coming down to in the summer $15 fucking a month.
It's amazing to me that these people forget that batteries exist.
They forget that batteries exist, and they forget, like, again, with these power companies, they don't just produce it, they store it.
Yeah.
And so you can literally have households have solar, knock down their bill a bit, and the winter months, hey, you know how we banked some power? We're gonna get that back now, right? And it's you can knock your power bills down.
Yeah.
Solar is not gonna make the cost go higher.
Nope.
It doesn't do that.
God.
Some wind, some other ridiculous thing.
Ridiculous.
What?
Everything in this building is ideology versus what's good for Oregonians.
Ideology?
I think he was trying to say ideology.
I know, yeah, he was, but again, he can't speak.
Yeah.
That's all I got, Mr. Speaker. It's just frustrating.
Oh, fuck you! You fucking... What a fucking chode!
I'm sorry. This is just frustrating. He's now making words. He's making up words.
Good fucking God!
Yeah, no, he's a wanker.
Thank you, Representative.
Yeah,
Further
thanks.
discussion?
Yeah, sit
Okay.
down. Sit the fuck down.
So, want to see how it turned out?
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's
Okay.
find out. Yeah, let's...
And House Bill 4014, having received the constitutional majority, is declared passed.
Good.
Bonk. Yep. So, next, same day.
Okay.
Dwayne speaks about HB 4132.
Okay.
I don't know a lot of details about it, but HB 4132 has to do with how money is distributed for county veteran services.
Okay. Well, he
And
should
Representative Yunker.
support veterans, right?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
If I recall, he
bill.
probably does.
I'm just going to put that out there. I'm going to vote yes,
Oh.
but I do
Right
hate
up front.
that clause right there. And the reason why I hate that clause, it says, released under other than dishonorable conditions. And if you look that up, and as me in my time of recruiting for 11 years, that means a director could be a drug abuser, illegal drug use possession, distribution of drugs, mishandling classified information, disclosure of sensitive information, assault, other fighting, AWOL, theft. I don't understand why we even have something that runs a director that has that kind of discharge. It's an embarrassment that we'd have someone with other than honorable discharge that could be falling under some of these conditions, be a director of veterans. That's my only complaint about it. It is a great bill. Other than that, but I wish we could have changed those words.
So just to clarify, because his
Please clarify.
this is not me knowing what he's talking about specifically.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just from what I'm hearing and what I think is going on.
Okay.
So basically, it sounds like in this bill, you can have somebody who's a director for that was dishonorably discharged under certain conditions. this may come as a surprise to some people. I've never served.
I haven't either.
Yeah, so
I just scream.
He does very well. But this may come as a surprise. Some people who get into armed forces, they experience trauma.
Yes.
Both physical and emotional, or one or the other.
I do know people that are going through that.
And sometimes when people, before they are discharged because they have experienced trauma, they do things because maybe they don't have a lot of good support in the system that, hey, we really honor our vets, except when they're damaged because of what we ask them to do, then fuck them.
Yeah.
So you might have veterans that turn towards drug use.
Yeah.
Or other things. And this is not something where it's like, I'm not trying to say it's not their fault.
Right.
To an extent, you make a choice to do that. But at the same time, when you have serious emotional trauma, because maybe you were part of a platoon where a lot of your close buddies got fragged by a fucking roadside bomb, and you have survivor's guilt because out of 10 people that were in that, you were one of 2 that lived, and the other guy is crippled, and you somehow walked away like with minimal scarring physically.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that it's totally unreasonable for you to never ever take drugs. I think if you go into drugs a little bit there, it's like you have severe psychological damage from that.
Yes.
And if you do that and get dishonorably discharged and then get your shit together, because that can also happen, I think that's still like, if you it's like if you got your shit together and everything's, better now.
Yeah.
It's not unreasonable if you have this experience and such to, get into that position.
Yeah, and I have heard so many horror stories about the VA that that makes me enraged too, because it's like, for as much as I hear people like Yunker talk about military service and we need to support our veterans and everything, why don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so when spending issues come up for VA stuff, why do you vote against it? Why can't we do more?
No, keep in mind, he's going to vote for this.
No, I know
he's whining about that.
I know he's going to vote for this, but I'm talking like overall, because there's been bills that have come up before that it's like they don't pass, and I sit here beside myself thinking, you put these people on pedestals. You say how we need to support these people, and yet when, $5 million funding bill for the VA comes up, it's like, well, we can't spend that.
No. Why would we?
Why? Well, then wait. So then everything you've just said over the past 2 years has been moot to me, because
I believe the correct term is a lie.
A lie. You have lied not only to me, but to those veterans, where you're like rah 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 for the troops, and then when push comes to shove, we don't need a $5 million spending bill for mental health care. No. Why do we need that?
What? Yeah, exactly. It's like, look, if you're a real soldier, you push through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bullshit. Yeah.
Just for the people that are reading the headline only. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Further discussion?
Thank you.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. So, let's see how he votes. I think he already
House
declared
Bill
it.
4132, having received the constitutional majority, is
Damn near
declared
everybody.
Yep. So, for those 2 that were on the screen that voted nay, if they're your representative, one I recognized from before, who was the only person who voted no on something, was Kate.
Yeah.
If Representative Kate is your representative, dude, you might want to try to get her ass out of there.
Or him, because that's his last name.
This is true.
Their last name, yeah.
Sorry, I'm being sexist.
A little bit.
Okay. Next up, we get into the next day.
Yeah.
So we get the House chamber convening for March 4th, 2026.
Okay.
On this day, Dwayne's he's the first person to comment, I believe, for HB 4084.
Okay.
HB 4084 would attempt to accelerate economic development by establishing a joint permitting council to fast-track state permits for large projects and would modify state enterprise zones programs to allow for extended property tax exemptions. According to the Google AI, there have been recent amendments that temporarily excluded data centers from these tax benefits through 2027.
Representative Yunker.
To the bill, Mr. Speaker.
To the bill.
To the bill, to the bill.
To the bill.
I don't have any prepared speech for it.
You
but
fucking should.
Yeah.
overall, this sounds really great. It is mostly okay,
Emotionally
but
okay.
25 million
Mostly.
in Josephine County is going to do nothing. It'll never help Josephine County, 25 million, or any other rural place like myself.
How?
Well, again, because this is talking about, like state modifying enterprise zoning programs, which, unless we get a big industrial place here in Josephine County that's building shit, it's probably not going to have any impact on us.
I just don't understand how even a small amount of money won't help.
Yeah.
Well, that won't help. Well, that won't help. Well, this won't help. It's like, I don't know, fucking try maybe though.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that most of this will be up north,
Yeah.
all these businesses, and
Yeah.
there's no guarantee that it will help rule.
But
Oregon.
you want,
And for those
fuck!
reasons, I'm going to be a no
Fuck!
because I feel it is. Thank you, Portland, for your help. That's what
You
you're gonna
want
get, and
fucking
rural Oregon
companies
will
to
be
stay
left
in
out.
Oregon.
That's
You
all.
just fucking said that
Representative.
fucking 15 minutes ago. And now you're like, well, help.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday,
15
according to
minutes
him.
ago in our time.
Yes. So, yeah, again,
Fuck!
and this is something where, again, this is targeted towards businesses that are probably going to be up north because, now hold on, wait for
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Most of the population of people who would be workers are up fucking north.
Yep.
So, again, this is, what would have really helped keep a business here? If one of the big businesses that started here wasn't a greedy fucking asshole and
Yeah.
decided, I want to be more of a big billionaire instead of just a big billionaire.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move to Arizona, even though this is where I got my riches.
I'm livid right now. Fucking livid. Because that fuck was like, we need to keep businesses in Oregon. Here's something to keep businesses in Oregon. And he's like, well, they're just going to be up north. Fuck off.
You can't have your cake and eat it too, dude.
Fuck you.
So, let's see how this goes. I forget if we get into seeing how it goes or if there's more to it. Let's take a look.
House Bill 4084, having received the constitutional majority, is declared passed.
God damn.
Yep. Overwhelmingly, it was Yunker and one or two other jackasses who voted no.
Kate again.
I don't think Kate was one of them.
No, Kate voted against it too.
Oh, okay. There are two or three. That's not like a Henkel, I think.
God, I need to find out who this Kate is.
Yeah. So, next up, and this, I believe, the next one is the last one we will have. I think. Dwayne comments on HB 4127.
Okay.
This is one of the measures that Dwayne brought attention to in his little pre-legislative session announcement.
Okay.
And it has to do with Oregon using taxpayer dollars to replace the federal dollars the orange fascist regime cut from funding basic services with Planned Parenthood.
Gotcha. Donk.
Dong.
And Representative Yunker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the bill.
To the bill.
To the bill.
HB 417 asks taxpayers to replace millions of dollars in federal funding that Planned Parenthood lost.
Planned Parenthood.
Instead of asking us why,
So just a clarification. Planned Parenthood didn't lose this. It's not like they put it somewhere and forgot it. This was the current administration decided we are going to remove Medicaid funding covering basic Planned Parenthood shit. And we're not talking abortions.
Yeah.
Abortions have never been covered by federal funding.
Right.
We're talking about basic stuff like STD screening, cancer screening, basic prenatal health care.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm pregnant. I want to keep this. Can I get my early checkups here so that I can, make sure the pregnancy's healthy? That shit.
Yeah.
The government cut that funding.
that funding was cut or whether we should be sending even more taxpayer money to one organization, this legislative response is simple. Write them a bigger state check. But Planned Parenthood is not only a provider for women's health services in Oregon. Across our state, we have a community health centers everywhere. We have rural clinics. We have county health departments, federally qualified health centers.
That are overworked, that do not have enough staff.
Yep.
Some of these areas that aren't necessarily like for the counties and stuff, but are just health centers, some of them are religious.
Ooh.
And you know what some people don't want to fucking deal with when they go in for reproductive health care? Sinner! Like that bullshit.
Yeah.
They don't want to feel this stupid pressure from religious jack-offs
Yeah.
where they're going, oh no, we'll help you and we're going to tell you about the Lord.
Also, it's my policy. If I walk into a clinic somewhere and they're like, oh yeah, there's like, religious paraphernalia on the wall and everything, I'm turning around because I don't think I'm going to get the proper health care I need.
No, I want to go to a place that has doctorates on the walls.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a place that has a fictional character being tortured on a cross. It doesn't appeal to me.
Nah.
Private OBGYN practices. And in fact, we don't even have a Planned Parenthood in Grants Pass. It's shut down.
Yeah, it's shut down because guess what the fuck happens? The only thing I will say makes the Planned Parenthood shutting down in Grants Pass not terrible is we have a decent women's clinic run by the hospital.
There is that.
That said,
Yeah.
it's still a little bit understaffed.
Uh-huh.
It is still for the hospital. It's a for-profit corporation.
Yeah.
And if Planned Parenthood was still open,
Yeah.
I think that would probably help alleviate some issues.
I think so too.
Yeah, but hey,
Yeah. Well,
he's bragging that we don't have one in Grants Pass no more.
Yeah.
All these other places, they provide cancer screening. They provide preventive care. They provide contraceptives.
Yep.
Contraceptive.
Yet this bill doesn't support all providers equally.
Well, yeah, because these other places these other places that are oftentimes understaffed, overworked, don't provide all the services you need, might not work with your fucking insurance.
Yeah, there's that.
They still get Medicaid coverage from the federal government for this shit.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, this isn't a matter of, well, why aren't we giving them money because they're also not getting money. He's literally sitting here going, yeah, no, these people still get money from the federal government, but Planned Parenthood, they had their federal funding cut.
Yeah.
So now, why are we funding it?
Jesus Christ.
Because I don't know, Dwayne, but as an Oregon state taxpayer and as a federal government taxpayer, I want the Medicaid that my taxes pay into to cover Planned Parenthood still for this shit. And since the federal government's not, I would like my Oregon taxpayer dollars to pay for this shit.
And I would like the billionaires to be taxed.
Oh, yeah, no, fucking tax them out of existence.
Yep.
Instead, it singles out one organization and guarantees a special taxpayer backfill just for them. To me, this is not healthcare policy. This is a political favoritism.
Oh, God.
I mean, again, cutting Medicaid to it was a political attack. So this is compensating for an unjustified political attack, Dwayne.
They're just brick walls. Their brains are brick walls.
And it goes even further. Organs are already paying for abortions from people outside this state.
Gee, I wonder why.
Well, let's see, Dwayne. When you have something like Roe v. Wade, and states have to be able to, not make abortion illegal, and even though it's difficult, you can still get an abortion in your state if you need one. You don't leave the state,
right?
But when the Supreme Court decides to rule to overturn Roe v. Wade, which weird how you had multiple Supreme Court justices who were put in power by this prolapsed orange hemorrhoid who you seem to worship.
Fucking fascist, yeah.
Yeah, how they seem to, get in there going, no. When I'm asked about Roe v. Wade, it's established law. I'm not going to overturn it. Nothing about that. It's like it's going to be what it is. And then the first case that comes up, it's like, cool, we're overturning this shit.
They're a bunch of fucking liars.
Yeah,
and
a bunch of liars.
Hanged.
How do I phrase this? If I were to get a job by lying during my interview to that extent, and then I'd be fucking fired.
Yeah.
It would be like,
Yeah.
hey, you know how you said you weren't going to do this and you did it?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Tribunals up and down.
Yeah, no, my ass would be thrown out. And the fact that we haven't had that. But, they overturned that, even though they said they wouldn't. And now states where abortion is legal, guess what, Dwayne? People come here now into other states where abortion is legal because they still need abortions.
Yeah.
It's, for healthcare reasons, for the simple fact that they don't want to be pregnant.
Yeah.
It runs a gamut of stuff. And the fact of the matter is, they should be able to.
They should be able to.
That's families like people in Josephine County, Klamath Falls, Burns, and across rural Oregon are struggling with real cost of groceries and rent and fuel. And this legislation is asking them to pay for more.
No.
Pay for more things.
Oh, more things.
That's what this policy is about.
Words are hard.
This is not about what the bill says it is.
I like that. This is not about struggle. What the bill says it is. Jesus Christ. I do wonder, because he's reading this one off of a script.
Yeah.
Did the script say in parentheses, make odd gesture and pretend like you're struggling to come up? Because that was weird.
That was weird.
Because we already have these things happening. And it's crazy because we have another bill here that's kind of contradicting what Planned Parenthood does a lot of. We're going to talk about it later.
Yeah.
It's 1546 about suicide, but we're okay with killing babies. And
Oh, fuck you! Oh, God.
So, abortion's not an abortion's not murder. A pregnancy's not a fucking baby. And the thing is, the very rare instances where a late-term abortion happens, they're almost always for medically valid reasons.
Yeah.
And this is something that I constantly see online. It weirds me out. It's almost this weird pretending of, okay, but women can get abortions literally up to the day they give birth. And it's like, okay, and so what? Do you think that women are doing that in droves? You think, wait, I'm scheduled to give birth tomorrow, but fuck it. I don't want this thing that I've been carrying for 9 months in my system.
No.
I don't want to give birth to it. Get it out of me. Dice it up.
No.
Nobody's doing that.
That's not happening.
So the fact that they always come back to this argument of, but they can get it up until the day that they give birth. Oh, yeah, for medically valid reasons in case something goes really fucking sideways. No woman is going to go through 9 months of being pregnant and decide last minute on a whim, I changed my mind. I don't want it.
I find it, it angers me. It causes my chest to tighten. But I find the picture of a man standing in front of people, telling women in that audience that they have no right to do something to their own body. Mm-hmm. I find that morally reprehensible.
Oh, it's disgusting.
It is disgusting. I, as a man, should not tell somebody else, even you, I should not be able to tell somebody, well, you can't do that because I don't believe in it. Mm-hmm. And that's what it boils down to. It boils down to a belief. I don't believe in something, ergo, you should not do that.
No.
That is wrong. It is reprehensible as someone as the opposite sex to tell someone, I don't believe you should do that, even though it's not my body. I will never experience that in my life. There's no way for me to experience that. I don't think you should do that.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
I very often, because it shows up on my Facebook feed, because I engage with it, because I'm a dumbass.
Well,
I very often get these forced birther sites on my Facebook feed, and I will stir shit up because fuck it.
Good.
And the basic tagline is, a fetus isn't a baby, an abortion's not murder, calm thy tits.
Yes.
And then I will get people who will go into this whole thing. It's like, it's not a goddamn baby. It is a part of a woman's body. And until the woman gives birth, it's not a fucking baby.
Yeah.
And I've had people go, well, are you saying that when a woman's pregnant, she has 2 brains and 4 lungs? Yeah. Now, those extra things, they're not functional for her. And once she gives birth, they will be functional for, the baby that results from the birth. But yeah, it's not a fucking baby.
Yep.
And the only thing that gives a pregnancy worth is the woman who's pregnant. It's her value or lack thereof for that pregnancy.
Yeah.
If a woman discovers she's pregnant and she does not want to give birth, she does not want to carry it to term, that pregnancy has no worth.
Yeah. Sorry. It's her decision.
It's her decision. It's her body.
Yes.
And that is it. And now I do get pushback from women on those. And when I do, my response is, good for you. And if that's the decision you want to make when you get pregnant, or if you have been pregnant, that's your choice. But for somebody else, their choice is not yours.
Right. Just like I said to you, if you wanted to get a vasectomy, it is not my choice. It is not up to me to be like, well, I don't believe you should do that because that's against nature or something.
It's good because I already have one.
Well, yeah. Oh, do you do?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry. I had to derail that. So,
but yeah, no, good for you. That was your choice to do that. It should not be up to anybody else to tell you whether that is good or ill.
Yeah. No, it's like the phrase, my body, my choice.
Right.
And here's the other thing. We're turning this into an abortion argument.
Hooray! Thanks, Dwayne.
Yeah, God, what an asshole. So, but here's the other thing. Until it is living outside of the pregnant woman's body, it is a part of her body.
Yeah.
If the pregnant woman gets intoxicated, poisoned, electrocuted, suffocates, malnourished, dehydrated, dies, anything like that, you know what happens to the fetus? That same fucking thing.
Yeah.
So that happens as a direct result of it being a part of her body. That is not like, because if a pregnant, sorry, not a pregnant woman, if a new mother dies, now her child, if nobody else is there to take care of it, will die within hours. But here's the thing. If there is somebody there, anybody can take care of that infant.
Yeah.
Its dependence on her is not strictly like biological, like it's a part of her. The dependence is more of a I keep saying it wrong. It's not sociological. It's a social dependence.
Yeah.
Where the baby needs somebody to take care of it, but anybody can take care of it.
Right.
But when the pregnant woman is pregnant, if something happens to her body, oh, yay, the fetus is going to die. Nobody else can go, oh yeah, no, take that out of her uterus, stuff it in me, and I will carry it for like the next 4 months. No, it's strictly dependent on her. It is a part of her.
Yep.
So now that we've had that fun talk,
wow, I am so angry at Dwayne for derailing us on that.
I mean, honestly, if there's,
it's a good conversation to have.
It is, and if there's anything that will get like emails going in with like hate shit, this is going to be it.
Sure.
Suicide. I mean, it's so upside down in this building.
By the way, he doesn't speak on that bill he's talking about is going to happen later.
We should not be writing a big check for Planned Parenthood. We know what they do.
No, you obviously don't.
The bottom line is this is not about healthcare access. This is about favoritism of one entity.
Fuck you so hard.
Again, like the federal government, cut that. It's not about favoritism. It's about making an adjustment based on a very specific attack, the opposite of favoritism, while showing others like, hey, all these other places, they still get it. They do the same shit.
Yeah.
Jesus. And I urge a no vote. Thank you.
Yay. Here's a no vote. So, how do you think it turns out?
Thank you, Representative.
I hope it passed.
House Bill 4127, having received the constitutional majority, is declared passed.
It's passed.
Dunk. Okay,
good.
That's the last one.
Good.
Period.
Further remonstrances.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Sorry, that's the last one where he addresses a bill. Oh. Now we have remonstrances, which
I'm sorry. Could you say that again?
Remonstrances. I think it's like closing shit.
Okay.
For the day.
Okay, all right.
So now this is something I want to bring up before we get into this, because
Okay.
Dwayne has some remonstrances, which I feel like that's a very weird word. And
I feel like that's a made-up word.
aren't they all?
Well,
Technically,
wow.
yeah.
Jeez, you just blew my fucking mind.
I know. Anyways, but before we get into that, there's something I want to bring up.
Okay.
That cracks me up.
Okay.
There are other bills that Dwayne votes on. Not today on this thing, but there are other bills like in the next 2 sessions that Dwayne votes on. No, yes, whatever.
Okay.
This is the last time he speaks.
Oh.
So we had the 5th and the 6th, the legislative sessions.
Okay.
And he was fucking mum. just voted.
Yeah.
But other than that, he shut his goddamn cake hole.
Huh.
Which is probably good because
That's-
he could lose a pound or two.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he didn't say anything, and it weirded me out because
Okay.
like last night, technically actually the morning that we recorded this,
Yeah.
I went through the video from the 6th just to check, hey, is there any Dwayne? There's no fucking Dwayne. There's 4.5 hours here of footage, I
Wow.
think, and there's no fucking Dwayne.
No
but he's
Dwayne.
voting. Hey, look, vote no, red, vote no. Yeah, so it was weird.
Weird.
That said, let's get into this.
Let's get into the remonstrances.
Might as well get my remonstrances.
Remonstrances.
I'd like
Remonstrances.
today to talk about priorities, because when Oregonians look at what's coming out of Salem, they wonder what planet we're governing from. Businesses are leaving, jobs are
Because
disappearing.
they're greedy.
Yeah.
Families
They're
are struggling
greedy
with high
fucks.
costs, and yet what
Families
it does
are
is
struggling
spend
because of
time
greedy
focusing
fucks.
on
Yep.
More regulations, more restrictions, a bill to study taxes, more policies that make it harder.
Because maybe you should have more information.
But the real problem goes even deeper.
Oh, yes.
Because the biggest
How
burden on
deep?
businesses and working families, Oregon, isn't always laws passed in this chamber. You'd be surprised I said that.
Oh, really?
Would I?
It is the unelected bureaucrats writing rules behind closed doors. People who were never elected, never stand for a vote, and never answer directly to the people. Yet they write thousands of pages of regulations that control how businesses operate, how homes are built, how much everything costs.
Yeah.
A builder doesn't just deal with the cost of lumber
Dill.
and labor anymore. They deal with layers
Dill.
of code changes,
Words are hard.
permitting requirements, environmental reviews, regulatory hurdles written by agencies that never have to answer to the voters.
So, I mean, on one hand they don't, but on the other hand, you know what happens? You can take those agencies to court.
Yeah.
And if they do something that's really stupid and they're doing it all the time, you can go through the processes of, I don't know, starting a petition, to have something
weird.
put on the ballot,
Yeah.
to then make legislation to address it.
Yeah, and also if they're writing legislation, aren't you voting on that, sir?
Well, I mean, I think what he's trying to get at is they're not necessarily making legislation, but they're making policies that like affect stuff more to like a local level or whatnot. But again, it's like there's ways around that.
Yeah.
The government and the way shit works, it's not just this one tight little railroad track. It's a bunch of different things, and you have a lot of different ways to check and balance shit.
And first, and two things really. First of all, he could write bills so that they can remove that.
Yeah.
But also, that kind of stuff helps him too.
Yeah.
There's stuff that those people do that, get around the liberal majority in Salem that he actually rides on.
Yeah.
So fuck off, Dwayne.
Yeah, and part of this too is it's not just that he benefits from it in that way, but there are ways that like this stuff, it's not there for no reason a lot of the times.
Sure.
Like when there are certain standards to like building houses and shit. That's because there are certain standards to make sure the house doesn't what's the word, collapse?
Right. Yeah.
Like there are certain things that, as time goes on, things change.
There are certain regulations that are out there to protect people.
Yeah.
And there's a real big part of me that believes he might want to protect people, quote unquote, but he also wants to protect the builder so that the builder, the owner of that company, can make as much money as possible while cutting more corners.
Yeah. And this is not money that's necessarily going to their contractors. This is money that's going to the personal, the person who actually owns the company's pockets.
Yep.
Every new rule add cost. Cost to build a home, cost to open a business, cost to hire workers, cost that gets passed directly to Oregon families. And while we talk about affordability in this chamber, our own regulatory system is making Oregon one of the most expensive places in America to build, hire, and invest. The engine of Oregon economy is private business. The people who take risks, hire workers, open storefronts, build the tax base that funds everything we do here. But Sam acts like those businesses are the problem. How dare they take risk? How dare they work hard? And how dare they succeed? Instead of encouraging them, we bury them under regulations written by bureaucrats who have never had to live with the consequences.
So something that's happening right now, and I wish we had a wider view. He's giving what seems like this for him is an impassioned speech, I guess. And I would love if there was a wider angle here, because there are people who are just picking up and leaving.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And so I would love to see, I have no idea really, but I would love to see, dude, is he just giving this speech as like people are just like, yeah, fuck this noise, I'm out for the day.
People are just walking out the door.
It's just a smaller and smaller crowd. Yeah.
So what we do, we prioritize more agencies, more rule writers, more bureaucracy, tighten this grip on the people trying to keep the state economy alive. That's economic policy. That's a regulatory stranglehold. We should ask a simple question. How do we make Oregon the best place in the West to start and grow a business? Instead, businesses across Oregon are asking far more serious questions. Why should we stay here at all? Madam Speaker, government does not create prosperity. People do.
It very much can.
Workers do. Remember this, because prosperity didn't collapse on its own. This legislation and the army of regulators taxed it, regulated it, and chased it right out of Oregon. Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
God.
Are there further remonstrances? Seeing none?
I do see a lot of empty desks out there.
Yeah, people just left. His, I think, was the only one. And then that was like it. So, yeah, that's the end.
Okay.
Mr. Morgan.
Oh!
Is there anything you want to touch on as we close out this episode?
I mean, we've touched on a lot of things. I think Dwayne's out of touch, and I think a lot of our listeners probably agree with me that he's just out of touch. He does not see the real reason to why those working families, those people that live in rural Oregon are struggling.
So I will challenge that a little bit.
Ooh, please do.
I don't think that Dwayne is necessarily out of touch, period. I think he's out of touch with the regular Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
I think he's very much in touch with the Republican Party here.
And I'm not talking. Yeah,
the MAGA Republican Party.
Yeah, no, sure. Yeah, sure. He's in touch with those things, but the things that he's arguing about, I think he's totally out of touch on.
Not based on reality.
Not based on reality. Complaining about Dutch brothers, corporations leaving the state. Mm-hmm. It's not what he's talking about. They're leaving the state because they're fucking greedy assholes that want to make even more billions of dollars. Yeah. They don't want to be taxed above a certain amount. It's like Bernie's policy. When you make $1 billion, well, then we're going to tax every red cent, at 90%.
Yeah.
You're still a fucking billionaire. I don't think people understand numbers. $1 billion is a fucking fuck ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
That is a huge number. Mm-hmm. And if you're taxed at 5%, 10%, guess what? You still are fucking ridiculously wealthy.
Oh, insanely so.
You're insanely wealthy. Yeah. And Yunker is trying to protect those people. He's trying to protect them to keep making those billions of dollars that, guess what? We're not going to get help from.
No.
Even if they stay here, we're not being helped.
No, it's money that's going to stagnate.
Right.
The only way, there's no reasonable way for that much money to be spent to recirculate in the economy, which keeps the economy going. The only way it does is if these rich assholes get, in quote, passion projects.
Yeah.
And even then, they're going to take these passion projects and make it a way to make more money, as opposed to, hey, I'm going to do this and it's going to spread money out so it can be healthy and the economy can be healthy.
Correct. Those passion projects are not going to be, let's make affordable housing.
No, those passion projects are not going to be things like, hey, let's make sure that people get paid a decent wage.
Yeah. No.
Those passion projects are going to be things like,
let's put a data center out in fucking Eastern Oregon to fucking suck up all the water.
Or let's put a Tesla in orbit.
Yeah.
Like that kind of shit.
That shit.
Like I'm sorry, we don't need a private fucking space agency.
No.
We have NASA.
Yep.
And we should probably fund NASA better.
Yeah.
Because, like...
See, right there. We are letting the billionaires run fucking hog wild in this country. And that is what's hurting the ordinary people.
It is.
Because we're not taxing them how we should to fund things, to make things better. So that, you don't have to pay out of pocket for your children's textbooks in school or pay for their pencils or do all that. A billionaire should be taxed so that their money goes into it, because then guess what? They're still a billionaire.
Well, you know what the fun thing too is, and I think this gets lost in the fog pertaining to the argument.
Yeah.
You have a lot of people who will say that, well, if you tax these billionaires, they're just going to leave. Okay. Point taken, I guess. They can go to China where they're going to get taxed more, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever.
But here's the other thing. There's this idea of, well, if you tax them, then that money's going to just go to government, and government's going to waste it. And I challenge this because when we last had high tax rates on big corporations and rich people, you know what they did?
Yeah.
In order to avoid those taxes, to get write-offs, they paid their employees more.
Yeah.
They invested in making their products better and safer. They spent that money rather than it being going to the government in taxes. They spent that money on innovation and on their workers. Shit that they don't do today because they don't need to, because they're not being taxed at a high rate.
So somewhere we lost the thread. In the 50s, it was patriotic for the rich to help out in America.
Either you pay your taxes or you avoid paying taxes by doing good philanthropic shit or paying your people a living wage.
Yes. And somewhere, I mean, I think you and I both have theories as to where it happened, but somewhere along the line...
Reagan.
Somewhere along the line, it was like, actually, it's more patriotic to just accrue wealth.
To hoard it.
To become a billionaire, to not pay the little guy, but to pay the already wealthy congressman. Mm-hmm. That's where we lost the thread.
And we need to regain that thread.
It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt somewhere, because they're like ticks now.
Well, here's the thing. It is going to hurt. But here's the other thing. I think we also should make it hurt.
We should make it hurt.
Specifically, I'm sorry, these rich assholes and these politicians who are suckling on their teat, we need to make that hurt. There needs to be legal consequences for that shit.
That's going to hurt. And I'm just saying, like, it's going to hurt as in there's got to be people that just say, nah, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah. Well, thank you for listening to our podcast.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any suggestions or ideas, please be sure to email them to maltliquorsocialists at gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, and please feel free, reach out to us. Mr. Morgan?
since a man can't make one, he has no right to tell a woman when and where to create one.